Hey, um, what's up? It's me. My name is Joel Warren. Um, but anybody watching this probably already knows that. I don't mean that in like a vain, like you already know my name kind of way. I mean, um, I mean that in the opposite kind of way. I'm here at an undisclosed location. There's like a lake right there. I mean, there's probably going to be a detail in the background that like reveals it, like gives away the secret if somebody looks hard enough. Um, but there's some cars going by here. Um, there's like, I think like a pretty big house party going on right over there. Like I think that's a house party. Like it's like loud music coming from it, and like people look like they're having fun. So, um, it's the day after Halloween, and I'm making a movie right now. Like not like I'm making a movie outside of this, even though I am. I'm making like genuinely trying to count them on my hand. Probably 3 movies. One of them is a feature at least. No, I'd say more like no, I'd say four movies. I have a couple of like film school things that I'm doing that are like exercises, but I don't count that towards like my artist canon. We'll see. We'll see how they turn out. But um, I'm making a movie right this second. Uh, and the title of that film, it's the film you're watching right now. You already know the title. Um, the title is this film and this poster are an act of protest. And as you can see on the back of this, I guess we'll just get right into it. This is a poster that was available for a while on the A24 website. It's benefiting A24 Auctions, a program that they did in 2020 during like the height of the pandemic, where they like sold off like movie props for like a couple of different like cool organizations, foundations, stuff like that. So that's cool. But yeah, April 22nd through May 20th, 2020. But the reason I wrote this on the back of that is that I'm going through a weird time right now. One of the movies that I'm working on, it's a short, and it was made for a class. It wasn't made for a class. It was made like it was. It was a production class, and the point of the class is to basically say like, like just to make a movie, and I'm a writing directing major at my film school, so you just kind of work up through the years and you kind of make bigger and bigger films. Hopefully this person pulling up isn't gonna like ask questions or anything. Yeah, so yep. But wait for them to go by. Um, but anyway, I've just been working up to, bigger productions as my film school has gone on. And I don't know. This this last short that I shot had a couple of production issues. Not the last short that I shot, but like the last one for film school, the one that's supposed to be good. I shot it, and there were like a couple of production issues, and a lot of it pertained, I personally at least, I feel as though it pertained to the curriculum of the course itself and some poor communication. I love teachers. I love that people, strive to be teachers, strive to educate. I think it's great. So I never want to knock a teacher down, but I've had my share of issues with an instructor at my school. None that I've necessarily communicated. That's probably my fault. But fuck it. I was gonna like stop recording this and then, do another take or something. But no, I'm making this. So, yeah. Anyway. I don't want to get into that, but basically, what my issue is I feel as though I want to make what I want to make because I'm at an art school, and because I'm at a film school. Apparently film and art are supposed to be two separate things. At least that's the memo that I'm getting from the language used to attack my films, by one instructor and also a fair share of people who have taken issue with my methods and other such things. The types of people that would say that what you're watching right now is not a film, and if you were to like log this on Letterboxd, or if you were to whatever, this just isn't a real movie. And I disagree with that. The folk filmmaking movement has massively encouraged me in this time. Plenty of folk filmmakers have really, really helped me see that we're at a weird time, and we're at a weird time where independent film and independent art of many genres and formats is here. Like we've reached a point where so many artists are liberated. At least they should be, given the technology, given what we have. But studios and film schools want to tell people what to do with their art. And this isn't coming from a place of I'm a misunderstood genius or whatever. This sucks. Like what you're watching right now, this sucks. But what you're watching is a movie. There's no debating that. And that's the issue that I'm having. And I'm having this issue to a point where I have to make this to come to terms with the fact that I'm in the post-production process of that short that I shot for school. And I can't stand to watch my dailies. Like, I thought I made a pretty decent movie. Like, not great, but, like, I made something that talked about a specific point in my life that I needed to get off my chest. And I feel like I did it authentically, and I collaborated with people, and we had a great time shooting it, and despite production issues. And I'm really proud of what we did. And I'm struggling right now because there's this younger version of me that, maybe I'm like 8 or something, and I discover what independent film is. And I would watch indie movies that I probably shouldn't have been watching because, they tend to fall more in on the mature side of things. And I just remember being a kid watching whatever movies I could get my hands on and being like, wow, this is crazy. People can make movies without a studio telling them what to do. And those movies that I watched fell into that, like, 90s, like, Reservoir Dogs, Clerks, kind of like, slacker sort of thing. And I'm not saying that those weren't independent, but that, to a degree, Cody Clark made a video that explained this pretty well. I don't remember the title exactly, but if you scroll down, it's something about, like, how to destroy the film studio system with $1 or something. And he talks about this, like, performative independent filmmaking and how it's found its way into the 2010s and 2020s as well, in the form of studios like Neon, and A24. Both are probably the two biggest, most prevalent ones, culturally at least. Like, I know Focus Features and stuff count. Focus Features, actually, come to think of it, that's a division of Universal. So, but it's like, but anyway, I just remember getting a little older and then discovering A24, and I'm not gonna lie, A24 massively. I decided at a point. I forgot what movie set me off on it, but I was like, there's enough films in the A24 filmography, like, not too many to watch, but enough to sink my teeth in, and I'm gonna watch every single feature film in this catalog. And then I did that, and then I followed it up with all of their television and all of their stand-up and all of their the short films that I could get my hands on. There's ones like Toru and stuff that slipped through the cracks, and I was editing the A24 Wikipedia page, and people who know me know, like, it was roughly around, I'd say, 2017, 2018, I was, like, the biggest A24 fan. Like, the only other guy that I knew who was talking about A24 to the level that I was like, there's a YouTuber, I think his name is Brandon Bees, who, like, collected every single A24 Blu-ray. But, like, that's about it. Like, even, like, Blu-ray Dan and stuff, somebody who's, like, I think a pretty big A24 guy in the A24 space right now, he's, like, I think he even forgot that A Glimpse Inside the Mind of Charles I III existed, you know? Like, that's how deep I was on this around, like, yeah, I'd say 2017, 2018. And then it felt like immediately after, like A24, like, very prevalently, at least in my spaces, was getting much bigger. Like, not just that they were releasing bigger movies, but they were also, and they moved to producing movies more instead of just distributing them and picking them up at festivals and all that. They were getting bigger, and they were getting bigger culturally. And it mattered a lot to me at that time that it felt like people started to get it. That people started to get that these weird movies with, you know, people setting things on fire and naked grandmas and all that. Like, yeah, I think it was 2020 or so, I made, like, a bingo chart of A24 tropes, and then A24 reposted it and everything, and it was like a ton of people involved in A24 movies were commenting on it and stuff. This was on Twitter and Instagram and all that good stuff. You could still find it somewhere. But it was like a moment for me. I was like, wow, people, like, this thing that I've been talking about for years, independent film, is being, you know, like, people see it for what it is, as being something that's cool. But as time has gone on, I've also seen that I've regretted some of the decisions that I've made to make statements like, oh man, A24 is, like, making the best movies out there right now and everything. When it's like, no, it's the people. It's the people that are making these movies. And on top of that, too, we're talking about these movies. I was talking about these movies like they were, like, some dude in their basement. It's like, Gaspar Noé didn't make Climax in his basement. Like, he didn't just, he just picked up a camera and did it. Like, no, that's like a studio movie. There were studios involved in it. But it's just that it was released independent. Whatever, you know, the status of each movie is special in its own way. Like, even now, like, there are, like, companies like Memory. I love what Memory's doing. But, like, they're a company. Am I hearing Breakbot? Anyway, I don't know. I'm just struggling because I go to film school and I walk around with everyone wearing, like, A24 hats and everything like that. And I'm a gatekeeper. Maybe I'm a gatekeeper. I don't know. But I struggle because no matter what, whether people are into indie film, whether they're not, you go into your production classes and you have an instructor not give you constructive pointers, but you have your instructor telling you that what you've made isn't valid. Like, just like the central thesis, your reason for making it. Like, that's not okay. You have people in comment sections telling you that, you know, man, you should, like, start making, like, serious stuff finally. Like, dude, this is the serious stuff. And I don't know. I've been really excited lately about the prospect of, once I think I'm out of school and I just get that done to get it done, I've been really excited about prospects that I've had in the future of, like, just doing folk film and making what makes me happy, and then maybe just getting a job on the side to, you know, support that. But, like, that's, like, my dream for filmmaking. And if that's not somebody else's dream, I still think studio films are great. I work at a movie theater. I watch every single major studio release, or pretty much every single major studio release. Some I might skip, but that's, like, a decision usually. And so I respect the studio system, and I still love that it's there. I saw Nora the other day. Like, dude, Sean Baker, such an incredible artist, and I've talked with him a couple of times, like, in very, very small spurts and stuff on Instagram, but, like, he's such a nice, awesome dude who is making movies the way he wants to make them. But, like, Nora feels like, you know, like, definitely a step up too. Like, but even you look at, like, Red Rocket, his last film, which was made just out of, like, you know, he couldn't make Nora, so he's like, we have some money, we'll shoot Red Rocket. But it's like, he's still could afford that opportunity to like shoot on 16 and have established actors and everything. And I don't know. So, I don't know. I look at something like Anora and I think, man, that's really cool that somebody like Sean Baker is living that like dream that I like once had as a kid, where it's like, I'm gonna graduate to big movies, but like in your head you know it's big because you know that you have like tons of departments and you're shooting on film and you're doing all this stuff, but at the end of the day you're still making an independent film and you win the Palme d'Or and you get industry respect and all this stuff and everybody wants to work with you. Like, I'm so happy that like that's still a thing that people can carve out. But I'm also struggling right now because while all these ideas are being pushed to the top, all these really good movies, Saturday Night, one of my favorite films of the year, Civil War, amazing. Like, these are films that actually Saturday Night I think was produced by Sony, but anyway, like, just like these like mid-budget films are incredible. I don't want them to stop, and I don't want people to stop working in like the large film industry if this is what gets created. But I'm also struggling because it's like people talk about that like that's the end goal for everyone. Like, this isn't a place that's worth respecting. Like, this is the step that you take to get to the next place. And yes, it is. But my next place could also look a lot like this. Like what you're watching. So, So, as a kid, I would, like, I'm talking very small child, like, I was literally, like, 3, I think. I would take my family's DVDs, like, our DVD collection, and I'd turn the papers, like, like, the poster and stuff on the front, and I'd flip it around to the white side, like, the blank on the back, and I'd get out a Sharpie, and I'd draw, like, my own covers for my own movies and stuff on there. And it was, like, a really, really cool thing, that I did that as a kid, because I can look back at it retrospectively and be like, oh, that's, like, a cute thing, and that, like, signaled, like, what I wanted to do for the rest of my life, which is essentially, you know, say, hey, I like these big movies that we own and are accessible and, you know, are easy to understand and everybody has in their homes. And then, like, on the other side, you know, you can still say, like, I don't know, that here's another person coming up and is going to wonder why I'm, like, holding the poster here. So I'm going to stand here awkwardly again. Yeah, gonna wait. So no, yep, looks like the party ended. It's definitely a party. But like, it's like, but at the end of the day, I want to make my own movies. I want to make them the way that I want to make them, and I want to call the movies. Like, I put the slit back in, and my mom would ask, like, Joel, why did you change our DVD of, you know, like, The Incredibles or something? Why did you take this and destroy it? And it was, like, funny, like, looking back, like, what that meant. At the time, my mom was mad, and I don't blame her. But it's like, I was essentially saying, like, this is what I want to do. I want to make movies, and on top of that, I don't want to just have this imposter syndrome of just, like, I want to make Incredibles too. I mean, Brad Bird hit me up if you want to work on something, but I don't think working with somebody like Brad Bird would be an escalation of my career, because my career isn't a career, it's a portfolio. So, I don't know. This has been 20 minutes long, but it's also been an active protest, and there's my name right there. I don't like tearing up things. Actually, we're going to go beyond 20 minutes. So this has been 21 minutes, or whatever it ends up being. I don't like tearing up things. I don't like destroying things, but this has been framed on my wall for, like, some time, since 2020. And I think it's about time that I stop idolizing this idea of getting to this place where I'd make Euphoria, where I'd make Mid-90s, where I'd make 8th Grade. I just want to make what I want to make. So, you know, I recommend that you do that too. So, This feels so pretentious. Like, I'm gonna tear up the thing, but like. I'm gonna probably burn this too, but I feel like it's really, really pretentious to. Oh, I'm being told that my storage is low. I feel like it's really pretentious to burn something on camera, because that's like, we all know what you're saying when you just ripping something up. Like, I don't think I need to hit the metaphor even further. I'm probably gonna burn this, but it's more for practical reasons than for cathartic reasons. This is the catharsis. I'm gonna let this run out, or maybe no, I'm not. No, I'm not. This has been a movie by me, Joel Warren. I'm not gonna add any titles or anything. This isn't on a tripod or anything, by the way. But yeah, my name is Joel Warren, and I am a filmmaker. I am a filmmaker. I am an artist. And I make shit, but I also make good things sometimes too. And I'm proud of them. So, catch you later.